Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sean Sawyer and I'm the Chief Constable of Devon and Cornwall Police. My apologies for being unable to speak with the media before, as we have a very complex and fast-moving scene, and throughout the coming hours and days we will release more information for the public and for your information as well, so that we can explain to the members of the media, but more importantly the people of Plymouth, what has happened in the preceding hours. An event like this touches all communities, all people, no matter where you are in the world, and the events that I will tell you are particularly traumatic. We would say for anyone who witnessed the events of last night or affected by them, to contact the Victim Support National Helpline on a number we will share with you, but for now is 0808 1689 111, and that's not just today but over the coming days. Last night police received multiple calls at 6:11 to an address in Biddick Drive. The number of calls were considerable and were assessed, and it was later revealed that shots were being fired. That, as I say, came in from multiple calls from the public. Officers arrived at the scene within 6 minutes, including both unarmed and armed officers. It is our understanding, and I confirm, that a man known as Jake Davison, aged 22, had murdered a woman at an address in Biddick Drive using a firearm. I will not reveal that address, as we are still contacting the members of the family of the lady who has died. We will reveal that address later in more detail for you. Mr. Davison then left that address, entered Biddick Drive, where he immediately shot and killed a very young girl. He also shot and killed the male relative of that girl. This was a truly shocking event and was witnessed by members of the public. Further along Biddick Drive, he aimed and shot at two local residents, a man and a woman, who've received significant, but we understand at present not life-threatening injuries. They are currently being treated at a local hospital and supported by specialist officers. Again, there are witnesses to this. From there, Mr. Davison entered adjacent parkland, where he immediately shot a man who died at the scene. And thereafter he moved to Henderson Place, where he shot a woman who, despite the best endeavours of first aiders at the scene, later died at Derriford Hospital. Eyewitnesses have told us that then Mr. Davison turned the gun upon himself, taking his own life. They have described that firearm as a pump-action shotgun. I can confirm that a firearm has been retrieved from that scene and will be forensically examined. We are not yet describing that as a pump-action firearm, but clearly, as I've said, multiple shots have been fired from a firearm during that 6-minute or so period. There are some 13 scenes and potentially more scenes. Overnight you will have heard that we evacuated members of the public. That evacuation is not in place. That was primarily to ensure that there were not other persons who have been shot, injured or killed in the neighbouring premises. As I repeat, there are therefore 5 people of Plymouth who have lost their lives overnight, and Mr. David himself, including a particularly young child. We are not at this time naming the details of those people, because not only are we working with the families, but each one of them has wider families throughout the United Kingdom. Many of those people have work colleagues as well within Plymouth, and we will want to ensure that those businesses, as far as possible, are supported. The community of Plymouth is strong, and throughout this morning we've had many meetings with community partners, and all of them have commented on the strength of the community, but the response of the blue light agencies overnight, particularly colleagues from the ambulance service and air ambulance and colleagues at Derriford Hospital, as well as the responding officers and the councillors of Plymouth City Council. The Police and Crime Commissioner and the Home Secretary were updated overnight, and the Police and Crime Commissioner is here in Plymouth again this morning. I would ask people not to contact policing within Devon and Cornwall unless it is truly now an emergency, as we are very, very busy, as I'm sure you will understand. In respect of this investigation, there is a Casualty Bureau number of 01752 487 880. I'll repeat that, which is 01752 487 880. If anyone has any information about the investigation, and I repeat, if people are traumatised, and they inevitably will be, then to contact that other number. Clearly, I will take some questions and answer as best I can. If I can't answer, I will explain why, and we will seek to answer those questions for you over the coming hours and days.
Paul Brando, ITV News. Do you know if the gunman had a licence for his weapon, and what was the motive for his attack? Do you have any idea about that yet?
We can confirm that Mr Davison is a firearms licence holder. I'm unable to confirm whether that was the firearm that was used. The second question, sir, was, I apologise.
Do you have any idea what his motive was? He ruled out terrorism, but he was a member of an online group called Incel, for example.
So there is no motive, as we know at present. Again, that will be subject to inquiry, but we are at the moment not considering terrorism or a relationship with any far-right group or any such other group. But clearly he is on